Florida woman charged with husband's murder claims infidelity led to tragedy. A Florida woman, Denise Malcolm, has been charged with the murder of her husband, Rohan Malcolm, after reportedly confessing to police that she was at her wits' end over ongoing issues of infidelity. The tragic incident took place on Saturday, August 31st, at the couple's Coral Springs home, which they shared with their children. Denise, 45, allegedly shot and killed her husband, Rohan, 52, during a heated argument. Court documents released on Thursday revealed that one of the couple's 14-year-old twin sons witnessed his father, still alive, lying on the floor of their bedroom, bleeding from multiple gunshot wounds. Rohan was reportedly conscious and clutching his shoulder when his son saw him. However, Denise later admitted to detectives that she fired a final shot, which ultimately killed him as police arrived on the scene. At around 6:30 p.m., authorities received a call from the couple's son, who reported that his father had been shot and was still alive. When officers arrived, they instructed the occupants to leave the house. The twins complied, but Denise remained inside. Shortly afterward, police heard what they described as a gunshot coming from within the house. During an interview with detectives, Denise confessed that the sound the officers heard was the final shot she had fired at Rohan, ending his life. According to Denise, the couple's relationship had been strained for the past 2 years due to Rohan's infidelity. She claimed that they had been sleeping in separate bedrooms and frequently had intense verbal arguments. She did not trust him and was at her wits' end with his lies and deceit, the police report stated. On the day of the murder, the couple had reportedly returned from shopping for a Labor Day barbecue when an argument erupted after Rohan announced his plans to go out with friends. Denise, suspecting that Rohan was lying, became enraged, leading to an argument that lasted between 45 minutes to an hour. In a fit of anger, she retrieved a pistol from her bedroom closet, loaded it, and shot her husband multiple times while standing in the doorway. Reports suggest that after shooting Rohan, Denise locked herself in her bedroom and contemplated suicide, planning to end her life after her husband's death. However, she told police that something Rohan said to her made her abandon the idea of suicide, and instead, fire the final fatal shot. This tragic case revolves around themes of infidelity, mistrust, and emotional breakdown. Denise Malcolm, who claimed she was driven to kill her husband due to his ongoing infidelity, exhibited behavior characteristic of someone pushed to the edge by a deteriorating relationship. Her mental state appears to have been overwhelmed by feelings of betrayal and frustration which escalated into violence. The most striking aspect of the case is the presence of the couple's teenage son, who witnessed his father's critical condition before the fatal shot. This adds a heartbreaking layer of trauma to the incident, as the children are now left to grapple with the loss of both parents, one to death and the other to incarceration. Denise's admission to detectives about contemplating suicide points to the depth of her emotional distress. Her momentary consideration of ending her life reflects a profound sense of hopelessness. However, the decision to shoot her husband one final time instead of herself indicates a complex mix of emotions, including anger, despair, and perhaps even revenge. The case also sheds light on how unresolved relationship issues, especially around trust and infidelity, can lead to catastrophic outcomes if not addressed. Denise's assertion that she had reached her wits' end suggests a breaking point where years of unresolved tension culminated in a deadly act. It underscores the need for open communication, counseling, and intervention in troubled marriages before they escalate into violence. In the broader societal context, this case serves as a reminder of the potential dangers of unresolved conflicts within relationships, and the devastating impact they can have on families, particularly children, who are often the unseen victims in such situations.
Update June 16, 2025.
A Florida mother of twin boys will now spend more than 2 decades behind bars for the murder of her Jamaican husband, in a case that has shocked both Florida and the Jamaican diaspora. 46-year-old Denise Nicole Malcolm has pleaded guilty to second-degree murder with a firearm, admitting to fatally shooting her husband, Rohan Malcolm, during a heated confrontation in their Coral Springs home. The date was August 31, 2024. The location, Northwest 43rd Street in Coral Springs, Florida. The victim, 52-year-old Rohan Malcolm, was no stranger to media. He was a former employee of the Jamaica Observer, known for his work in journalism back home. But inside their home, things were unraveling. According to police reports, Denise was at her breaking point. She accused Rohan of infidelity, claiming she had known about his unfaithfulness for nearly 2 years. She told detectives they had been sleeping in separate bedrooms, and that frequent, intense arguments had become their new normal. Then came that fateful Sunday. Denise told police that when Rohan said he was going out with friends, she snapped. Moments later, she retrieved a gun and fired multiple times. Their 14-year-old twin sons were home when it happened. One of them witnessed his father bleeding out in the bedroom. Rohan was still alive, clutching his shoulder, when the boy dialed 911 around 6:30 p.m. Police responded quickly, issuing commands for everyone inside to come out. The twins exited the house, but Denise stayed inside. Then, officers heard a final gunshot. Later, during an interview, Denise confessed that final shot was the one that killed him, just as police arrived. Court documents confirmed her statement. She pleaded guilty last week as part of a plea deal. Her sentence, 21 years in prison, with 285 days credited for time served. She must also pay $23,500 in restitution, plus an additional amount still to be determined, money that will go toward supporting her children, now left without either parent. From a broken marriage to a broken home, this tragic case reminds us of the unseen trauma behind closed doors, and the irreversible price paid when emotions turn deadly. A family shattered, a husband gone, and 2 young boys forced to carry the weight of a tragedy they'll never forget. National Domestic Violence Hotline and Support Resources. If you or someone you know is in crisis, help is available. In the USA, call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-8007-997-233. GIST states, in Jamaica, women can seek support through helpline numbers for females, 876-553-0372 and 8762-361-713. Males can contact the helpline by calling 876-553-0387.